Hey, no stranger. Out on the Cohos. It's a trail work trip. Don't get excited. We're not out here yet. Parked at Coleman and discovered they've been doing a lot of logging here this winter. The whole way has been all cleared out by logging tractors, dragging logs out of here. I think that should keep the raspberries back a little bit this year at least. It's really wet out here. It's squishy. Much too early for hiking, but wanted to get a jump on the blowdowns, see what's out here. Don't know how bad it's going to be. And I figure this way at least I'll know how bad it is. I won't be able to clear everything, but yeah, they use the logging road for logging. It's going to look a little different for a while now. Maybe better. We'll see. So all this debris they put on here keeps the weeds back. But yeah, I thought I'd show you this little squishy stuff here. In case anybody's out hiking this year, they'll know this is here. It won't be this wet. Hopefully in a few more weeks it'll dry out, but you got a bit of a debris field to navigate, that's what I'm saying. They didn't destroy the trail too badly, but it's a little extra effort. Well, I think you've seen it. It doesn't do anything else but this for a while, I think. But if I find some blowdowns, I'll show you. Cohos. Ooh, that new saw is a beast. It's gonna be a good year. This view is so much bigger before the leaves pop out. Normally you're kind of smothered in trees. Miles to go before I sleep. Cut a few trees. Sure there'll be some more. So even though it's not that late, I can't really dawdle. I don't know how much I'm going to run into. Want to get as much as I can on this trip. We come back in a couple of weeks and we'll be whacking back the ferns and flowering plants in the trail. They're just starting to come up. But it hasn't been bad, just a couple of trees. Well, I finished up the Sugar Hill. Not much work to be done there, mostly stick flicking. Got a couple of blowdowns here at the very end I saved for tomorrow. So now, technically, I just need to backpack my ass up to Panorama. But if I see something, I'll saw something. I don't know who's got this section these days or when they'll be out here. Looks like the balsam screw's been through. The gate is open. Tire tracks. Yeah, I don't know if there'll be snow on top of the mountain or not. We'll see. I didn't bring snowshoes. I brought my spikes, just in case. I'm sure there'll be a little bit hiding around, but hopefully it doesn't hinder the walking. Thankfully, the sun's up pretty late this time of year. Because I seem to remember this mountain goes up. And it's early in the year. These legs, they have not done a lot of up yet. That's partially why we're here. Some training in. Well, and I'm going to be on trail for pretty much June. So I'll be abandoning this section for a while. Can make it look as pretty as I can before I go. Yeah, we'll come out with the girls in a couple of weeks and knock back the plants. By then everything should be growing like crazy. And then we'll just have to hope for a lot of hikers this year, because they really help. People walk on the trail. It's much easier to take care of it. Last year it was really hard with so few people out here. Oh well. Beautiful day for it. Little snow left. Water's running good though. Took a chance on there being good water here. It's really high iron content. In the summer I'll usually carry up water from down below. But took a chance on it. We'll see how it goes. It is pretty squishy. Glad this is just a one-night trip. It's too soon to start hiking. But soon, a few weeks, the people, they will be out here. Little sunshine. Got cloudy for a while. I was hoping we might get a sunset if I can get back up this hill. There it is. Way up there. Don't know if you can see that big chicken up there. I hope you can see him. He's beautiful. She. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I don't want to scare you. It's one of the perks of doing trail work. You get to see things like that. You get to see that if you're not doing trail work too. but I wouldn't have been here. Beautiful morning. The nights are getting much shorter, much more manageable. Those 15, 16-hour nights in the winter, those are long. We're down to about 10 hours now. Maybe 12, I don't know. 10. Uh-oh. All right. We can do this. That is a deep mud hole. Trust me. You don't want to go in that one. Leave no trace says stay on the trail. And I tried that there once and it's really deep. I'm not staying on that one. Little bit of snow left up here. Not much. A lot of mud. One of the advantages of hiking this trail so many times is I know which mud holes are deep and where the rocks are, and the dry spots. Alright, slippery bogboards. I'm gonna put the camera away so I don't break my neck. Maybe. I don't know exactly where the top of the ridge is. Maybe up ahead yet. I don't know if you can hear the forest. The forest knows I'm here. I hope they're saying nice things, but they're talking about me. Yeah, I guess there is still a little more ridge to go. Right around 3,000 feet up here at the top. And as a flatlander, I can count that there's a little less oxygen up here. All right, on top of ridge. Little bit of sun coming through. It may rain later. Maybe not. I'm getting out of here. Got a little more sawing to do on the way out. Saved a few trees. But they're at the very beginning of my section, and then I can just hike. Well, there's a few places where the berries are coming in already. I might do a little whacking. But now it's downhill for a while at least. You never know what you can see on this little camera. But I can see Mud Pond down there. The birches have not leafed out yet. I forget you can even see that from this spot, because most of the year you can't. Just rolling downhill. This trail is so much easier going this way. There's the pond. I can see it. Yeah, it just seems so strange to be able to see through the trees. I like it, but sort of freaky. Much better sense of where you are and how big all these mountains are. Because when you're hiking up here in the trees, you don't see the mountains. You kind of feel like you're just going up a big hill. And you get up here and you see what you're looking out at. Making a lot of noise this morning, hoping to scare the wildlife. I don't want to meet a bear out here. They're hungry this time of year. They don't want to eat me, but they're ornery when they're hungry. Haven't seen any bear scat though, just a lot of moose poop. Oh good, a blaze. I was pretty sure I was on the trail, but you know how it is. Listen to them birds. They started before sunup. Whew. As a hiker, you can't help but wonder, where does that go? They're just logging roads. But still, it looks like an adventure. I know where this goes, less adventurous. Ah, yeah, back into the woods. A little tough to spot the trail this time of year. Once the undergrowth comes up, then you'll see the space between it. But right now, everything's flattened out from winter and it all looks the same. This one is for all the folks with their trail runners that dry really fast. My feet are dry. Do your trail runners dry that fast? I just like to give those people a lot of trouble because they like to give me a lot of trouble about my boots. They're too heavy. No one could possibly hike in boots. Everybody thinks whatever they're doing is the right thing to do. They love to tell other people, oh no, you gotta do it my way. I figure if you're happy, you do whatever you want. But I still like to give them a hard time about their fast drying shoes. Because where I hike, it's wet. And those shoes don't get dry very often. But my feet are dry. They should do what I'm doing. Oh, they're too heavy. I can't climb the hill. Again, I am blown away by the view without the undercover. When the undergrowth isn't filled in and the trees aren't full of leaves, it's a whole different place. Now I'll come back here in a couple of weeks and you'll see what I mean. You don't see this valley here. You're just walking in the woods. You certainly don't see much. Here you see moose poop. The little flowers are out. It's kind of spring. It's the early kind of spring. The squishy kind. Raspberries. I love to eat them, but I hate trying to keep them off the trail. Cohos. Well, we're back to the log yard. This was all raspberries last year. I wasn't sure how I was going to keep them off the trail, but I guess I don't have to worry about that for a few years now. So if you're headed through here, allow a little extra time. This terrain is challenging. It'll firm up more once it dries out, but it's still going to be pretty ugly. Try to follow the most obvious footpath, and we'll try to build a footpath by walking on it, but it's going to take some time. Where they logged out there, it's a lot of rutting, and if we all work together, we'll make a path. If everybody takes their own route, it won't work. But yeah, definitely let it dry out a little bit. It's too wet yet. But soon, it will be time. Come, hike the Cohos. Help us keep the trail open with your feet. Step on those plants. Alright, that's it. I'm done here.